Just below us here in Kansas City, Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark, guard for the Indiana Fever from Des Moines, been a Chiefs fan since she was a kid, so guess who was eating some French fried taters, an F********* ing off her haters. Well, I don't know about the taters part, but the haters were 3 boxes deep in Kleenex, and I hope they were infused with aloe, because the burn is real this time. Yep, Caitlin Clark went to watch her favorite football team win like they always do, and the internet exploded. Oh. Yeah, she was watching the game with Taylor Swift. Important detail. Now, could this have just been a casual hangout between 2 superstars? Maybe, but no, it's not. Why? Because so many people lost the ***** over this. And you know what they say, you get the most flack when you're over the target. It all boils down to the hate is real, because people know this is bigger than a casual encounter. It's more than just 2 gals watching a tight end. Okay, that didn't sound right. Stick around, because I'm going to show what this Caitlin Clark Taylor Swift meetup really means for Caitlin, the WNBA women's sport, and the WNBA's old guard that just took a big fat L. 2025 is going to be an ugly year for the Kate haters for a number of reasons. This is just a taste, but first hit that subscribe button. 9 out of 10 doctors recommend it. Not really, but I appreciate your support either way. Okay, so a quick recap of how we got here. Unless you've been living under a rock, Taylor Swift is dating Travis Kelce of the Kansas City Chiefs. Their love affair was plastered over every media platform. Nonstop, love it or hate it, it was the biggest news story going on for a while, and it really ramped up when Taylor started attending Chiefs games. She was up in the private box. Okay, that sounded worse than my tight end comment, hugging Mama Kelce and bringing high-profile friends like 0-time Grammy Award winner Lana Del Rey. I don't know why Lana deserved to catch a stray there, but it's true, so I'm leaving it in. Heck, the NFL had a promo video featuring Taylor something like 6 times. So yeah, this Taylor Swift Travis Kelce thing is a big deal. Speaking of Travis, let's fast forward to how he and Caitlin are connected. Travis and his brother Jason host a podcast called New Heights. Not too long ago, they had Caitlin Clark as their guest, and they were pretty excited to have her on. All right, our guest today is a 6-foot guard from the University of Iowa, NCAA all-time Division I scoring leader, the first pick of the WNBA draft, WNBA assist leader, all-star, and 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year. She's the most requested guest in the history of our show, the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year. So yes, she was their most requested guest, not just because of her WNBA dominance and popularity, but also because she's a lifelong fan of Travis's team, the Kansas City Chiefs. I can see you putting the pieces together. My dad was a big Chiefs fan growing up. So people think I'm like a bandwagon Chiefs fan. I'm like, no, I was there before Patrick and Travis. Like, we were awesome. I love it. We were ride or die. So we've been big fans. And now obviously all the success you guys have had has made it a lot of fun for us. During that podcast, Clark didn't just talk hoops. She gushed about Taylor Swift sharing her experience at the Eras Tour concert. She called it electric. No, obviously it's just a great show and a lot of fun, and full Swiftie turned my mom into a full Swiftie. Now, so good time. Oh yeah, of course this podcast went viral. And at that point there was no way Caitlin wasn't going to get invited to a game with Taylor Swift. The stars had aligned, it was going to happen. And then it did, and people lost there while Taylor and Caitlin high-fived, embraced, and chummed it up. Things got wild on X. People went bananas seeing Clark and Swift together, looking like old friends. Now sure, there were a lot of people happy about it, but we're not here to talk about happy people. We want to hear what the angry people were saying. That's what makes this a story. I'll get to that in a bit. But for now, get your palate ready, because here's a taste test of off X posts. We've got Nick Adams, who has done with pretty much everyone involved because of wokeness and election stuff. Then we've got Skip going in hard and all caps saying Caitlin doesn't need to be seen with Taylor. There's this beauty about them bonding over their domination of white culture. And finally, Angel Reese caught a stray or two because the announcers discussed Caitlin's first team all-star recognition as a rookie, which Caitlin fans immediately used to remind the world Caitlin and Angel are not on the same planet talent-wise. Anyway, the frenzy was real. Everyone was talking about it, and there's a reason it matters. This is big time implications for Caitlin and the WNBA. I'm going to drop a brain-melting stat in a minute that proves it. As I mentioned earlier, the haters were on fire because they knew this wasn't just a casual, hey, want to watch a game with me kind of thing. It's calculated love or hate. Taylor Swift, she's the biggest performer in the world. Her fans, the Swifties, are loyal and latch on to whatever Taylor does. Why do you think the NFL keeps featuring Taylor in the box? Because they know her fans will watch AstroTurf grow. If there's a chance they'll catch a glimpse of Taylor. I mean, how many Swifties started watching football with their boyfriends, husbands, and cats because they wanted to see Taylor's love interest on the field and her reactions throughout the game? It's a high school love story about a girl who has a tough time with guys, but this could be the one, so we've got to tune in and watch the drama in real time. Her relationship with Travis Kelce has turned NFL games into must-see events. Seriously, people who couldn't care less about football are suddenly glued to their screens, hoping for a reaction of Swift in the stands. It was a massive crossover moment, and here's the stat I mentioned. It's estimated that Taylor's association with the NFL created $330 million in brand value, $1/3 billion. It's insane. And this is why the haters, the old WNBA, guard the biased media. They're beside themselves right now over Caitlin Clark's attendance. It's another crossover moment like Swift Clark has also brought in a new audience to her arena, not just basketball diehards, but casual viewers intrigued by her talent and charisma. Is Clark, she fires by associating with Swift. She's not just hanging out with a celebrity. She's tapping into a whole new audience. Think about it. How many Taylor Swift fans suddenly know who Caitlin Clark is now? How many Taylor Swift fans are going to pay extra attention to Caitlin? Now how many of them might tune into a women's basketball game? For the first time, Travis Kelce jersey sales jumped 400%. Don't think that couldn't happen to Caitlin jerseys as well if they didn't know who she was or didn't care. Now they do. And this isn't the end of the collabs. This is actually where it gets really interesting. I've got to give it to Mick because he's been right about this all along. This is the plan. Caitlin is going to be at a Chiefs game, and then after it's going to be Taylor Swift at a WNBA game. It's going to happen. Taylor's going to show up to a Fever game with Caitlin's family wearing a designer Clark jersey or jacket or something, and the basketball world will lose it. It will be the biggest exposure the WNBA will ever get. You've already got Caitlin driving 26.5% of the revenue for the league. Responsible for 1 of every 6 tickets sold, the Fever set the WNBA attendance record. The list of impact metrics directly related to Caitlin Clark goes on and on and on. Now the attention she's bringing to the league has just intensified. It's on steroids, and this puts the haters in a really tough spot. You see, they've gotten away with taking potshots at Caitlin, criticizing her every move, saying she gets favorable treatment because of her race, saying she doesn't deserve awards, and how other players should be featured more and share the glory. Critics came out of the woodwork saying Clark's success is undeserved. Why? Because of her race and background. Can you believe it? We've got people actually suggesting that her talent isn't the reason for her success. It's like they've never watched her play. Take her rookie season. Thanks for watching and subscribe my channel.